What's up, guys? I think it is about time we have a conversation about the future of freediving, and especially about the future of our job as a freediving instructor. That is, if you are a freediving instructor, but lots of people who watch my channel, beginners, are already thinking about becoming a freediving instructor. Just today I saw a message on the freediving Facebook group about someone who was asking about what is the best organization to teach under, what organization should I go for if I want to become a freediving instructor. And okay, it's a legit question, but then I'm asking myself, I mean, you must know there is a pandemic going on, right? So borders are closed, so how come people think about becoming a freediving instructor when we are in a situation that doesn't seem to get any better? So let's talk about it. So first of all, let's take a look at Southeast Asia. Yes, you can go to Bali, but you need a business visa, and that will cost you around 400 to 500 USD. Now, if you're willing to spend that kind of money and you're thinking about spending or staying there in like 6 months or more, then yeah, that could be an option. But for the regular tourists, this is obviously not an option. So Thailand, yes, you can go there. Borders are open if you stay 14 days in quarantine in a hotel that the government chooses for you, and you have to pay for it, of course. So obviously that is not an option. Let's say for regular tourism, borders are closed, all right? And that will probably remain so for the rest of 2021. So we had already 2020, everything closed. And now we have 2021, everything closed. Who knows what will happen in 2022. So for now, it ain't looking good. So yes, we have a couple of countries where you can go. We have Brazil, where I am right now. Beautiful, beautiful country, but unfortunately no freediving community here. You can go to Mexico. That is an option. That's a very good option, actually. But yeah, even in Europe, I mean, they are closing borders now in Europe itself, which is unprecedented, you know. I mean, we have always been able to travel within Europe, and now they're closing borders. I mean, if you close borders within Europe, then we don't have Europe anymore, right? So anyway, it's going to be very, very difficult to travel this year. So yeah, what is the future of freediving? Well, I think there will be no other option than to choose a place and stay there. So if you're a freediving instructor or you're starting to learn to freedive and you want to make this your profession, well, first of all, I would think twice, because freediving instructor never has been the best paying job, you know. I mean, it's the best job in terms of alegria, you know. I mean, it gives you so much joy in life, and when you see your students making progress and they're happy, I mean, this warms your heart. So this job is the most fulfilling job ever, but it is the worst paying job. Let's be just honest about this, you know. So no one ever talks about this. Being a freediving instructor is merely enough to pay your own bills. So imagine you have a family, you have kids. I mean, I'm sure some freediving instructors, if they work for schools that pay them well, they can sustain their families or their own lifestyle. But the truth is, and I don't think people talk about this, the truth is that most freediving instructors, they barely earn enough to pay for their own accommodation in the place where they are staying. So that is one thing you have to know. Another thing, before the pandemic, freediving schools were making good business with selling freediving instructor courses. So lots of people in 2019 and before 2018, let's say that the last 2 years before the pandemic, lots of people became freediving instructors, and not just Westerns, but also like local people. So I've been spending quite some time in the Philippines, and a lot of Filipinos became better freedivers and then became instructors. So for them, this was actually a very good job, because I've heard, I mean, I don't have numbers about this, but being a freediving instructor in the Philippines could actually pay you a better salary than working for a corporate office somewhere in Manila. So as I see it, people will go more local. So I think we have to stop believing in the fact that we will keep on traveling. It's not going to happen. We're not going to keep on traveling, and we're going to have to make a choice. I think, to come back to the Philippines, that Filipino instructors will teach in the Philippines for Filipinos. Filipino instructors will teach for Filipino markets. I think Westerns who are in Western countries will stay there and will teach Westerns. I don't see it happening anymore, all this traveling. So this is going to bring a huge shift in the freediving market. It's going to reshape everything, and we have to make conscious decisions about this. So, coming back to becoming a freediving instructor, and if this is a job that can secure a solid salary to pay for the bills, it can, because there is people still teaching right now in this pandemic, and apparently they're doing well, so everything is possible, of course. But for the vast majority, let's be honest, this will simply not be an option anymore. Another thing you have to know is that there is lots of instructors that actually don't teach. So there's a lot of people who follow this whole instructor's course to eventually get the certification so they can call themselves freediving instructor, but they have no intention of teaching a single course. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay, you know. I mean, it's just something on your to-do list that you can check off, you know. Maybe then the next thing is you learn to jump out of a plane. I don't know. So you're a freediving instructor. Good, good. But lots of them, and I don't have numbers about this, but lots of freediving instructors never teach. So if that's your goal, then obviously go for it. If your goal is to sustain yourself and your lifestyle, I don't think it's a good option. I think there is too many travel restrictions. I think also there are too many instructors already. And I think the next couple of years are going to be extremely difficult. Freediving for, well, it's a hobby, you know. This is not something essential. And in pandemic times, we talk about essential things, you know. What is essential, what is not essential. I don't think people will have money anymore to buy freediving courses. I don't think it's going to happen. And I think we're going to face a couple of very tough years. And that's probably not my pessimistic view. That is probably realistic. And when I see people asking questions about becoming a freediving instructor, I just wonder if they do realize the severity, the seriousness of the situation we're in. So what is the future of freediving? I have no idea, but it ain't looking good. You better find another job. That's what I think about it. I will keep on making videos, because that I still can do. I will keep on traveling to wherever I can. I can't stay forever in Brazil, of course, so end of March I will be here 5 months already, and then my visa will come to an end, so I will have to go back to Belgium. My fins and my wetsuit are in Belgium, so I gotta pick my stuff up, and then it's time to go somewhere else. Hopefully that will be Bali, but you never know in these times. I wish you all the best. Please leave your comments down below, because I would really like to know what you think is going to happen. Just because I think the future ain't looking good doesn't mean that that is actually what is going to happen. So if you think it's going to be different, if you have another view on what this pandemic is going to, then let us know in the comments. I would like to hear your opinions. Let's all stay safe. Peace in every breath.